Well, Michael, dude, this is disappointing news, but
You called it.
I
You called it.
Man, I don't know. It just sucks to say it though. But Assassin's Creed Shadows has been delayed. This is right from Ubisoft themselves. Dear players, reads the statement. We wanted to extend our heartfelt thanks to our incredible fans and dedicated teams for your unwavering support since our announcement in September to further refine and polish Assassin's Creed Shadows. Since November, we've been thrilled to share our progress through gameplay overviews, and the overwhelming excitement has truly inspired us. Each week has brought valuable feedback from our community. While we've already made remarkable strides, we believe a few additional weeks are needed to implement that feedback and ensure an even more ambitious and engaging day one experience. Accordingly, the new release date is March 20th, 2025.
All right.
No longer going to be February 14th. We remain committed to delivering a high quality, immersive experience fostered by ongoing dialogue between our players and development teams. We know you're eager to learn more about Assassin's Creed Shadows, and we're excited to share that more updates will be coming your way very soon. Mark Alexis Cote on behalf of all teams working on Assassin's Creed over at Ubisoft. Michael, take it away.
I mean, you've been calling this. You've almost ingrained it in my head that this was going to be delayed. And I mean, it feels like every time we talked about this, right? It was like, it just makes sense, right? We look at the month of February. It is so stacked. Kingdom Come Deliverance even moved their release date up to try and jumpstart everybody. Then you've got Civ 7. You've got Avowed. You've got Monster Hunter Wilds at the end of the month. That month was already so jam-packed. There wasn't many days. Now, maybe if Assassin's Creed Shadow blew it out of the water, which I don't think you and I are expecting, unfortunately. Maybe it takes away from those other games, but I think at the end of the day, this is the right decision. You look at the March calendar, it's so much quieter. There's a couple niche games here and there, but there's nothing that you're like, everybody's going to be playing this. Everyone's going to get on it. You give 20 plus days for everybody to get into Monster Hunter. They're probably going to be that part where like, all right, let me find something new to do. So I think this was expected. I think this is good for the game. It's going to let it either live or die on its own, right? It's not gonna be like, oh, well, it died because of other games. Oh, it didn't succeed because of other games. It's like, oh, it died because it was a bad game, and hopefully Ubisoft learns, or it'll be fantastic, and we'll say we're glad we got this pushed back, but you've got to be patting yourself on the back. I know it's a sad day because you love Assassin's Creed, but you were on this from day one. You're like, I don't believe in February.
Oh, man, it's bittersweet, right? I think it is one of those things, I don't know. I just keep my ear to the ground and I just kind of go with my gut. And sometimes things work out. And like we just talked about it in Slack. Scott's like, man, you've been on fire lately. And I hate it. Honestly, I kind of hate it because I want the game. I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan. Day and day, I've always been there through and through. Ups and downs, right? Like we've had great games. We've had okay games. We've had some pretty crummy games. But at the end of the day, Assassin's Creed is Ubisoft's biggest franchise. Dude, it needs the time. February, like you say, packed, right? It's not going to get the time. It's going to get overshadowed by the things. People are getting somewhat Assassin's Creed fatigue. Coming off Mirage, though, such a smaller title, right? We're going into a big title. We're going into the Valhalla situation where you expect to spend 100, 150, maybe even longer if you do everything for hour count to get into the game, to finish the game, to wrap it all up. It's not going to be a, hey, jump in 30 hours and you're done. It's not going to happen in this one, right? So they need to make sure that they have the time. They're out before GTA 6, the biggest thing, right? Does it need polish? Dude, I bet you the game's done, wrapped up, ready to go. They just need more time for players to play the game, to pick up the game, for media, us to jump in, journalists to jump in on the game and say, hey, you know what? We've played this. This is why you need to pick up Assassin's Creed Shadows. Because why? Because Ubisoft is in big trouble right now. They're hurting extremely on every forefront, right? Like they're closing games down. X Defiant, gone.
Yep.
Right? Every other game they put out lately, gone. Where are the big heavy hitters? You have Assassin's Creed, and you have Rainbow Six Siege that continues to pump out new content, making more money. But what else is after that? Dude, they even changed up the formula when it came to Prince of Persia. I love The Lost Crown. Not a lot of people liked it. The minute they saw that, they went, ooh, it's cartoony and it's a side scroller. I'm like, oh my goodness, you're missing out, right? Easily one of the best games of the last year.
Yep.
However, it doesn't come in on sales figures. What does? Assassin's Creed hits sales regardless. It has a hardcore fan base, Michael, and they need to do something that they can bring those fans in where they're not already hungry and playing other things like Kingdom Come, like Avowed, like Monster Hunter Wilds. Instead, they have a whole month to themselves by the time they get to the end of March that they really have the opportunity to shine. That's what they need. That's what they're going for. And yes, Michael, I did call this.